Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you've been struggling with iFrame handling, this video is for you. Today we have trainer Priyanka with us and she has 15 plus years of experience in automation. And today she'll walk you through simple iFrame handling and nested iFrame handling. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, this is Priyanka. Today I will be talking about how to automate any iframe in Selenium. First of all, what does mean by frame or any iframe? Guys, technically, whenever developer develop any web application, okay, you might able to see that okay, there are different sections available for every web application. In one section where somewhere you are able to see some audio or some video is coming, right? In one section you might able to see some advertises continuously showing you, right? But rest of the page remains stable and you will be able to see this kind of partition. So technically, whenever one HTML document it embeds into another HTML document, that is called frame. Okay, developer uses some kind of frame or some kind of iframes. So in the older application, most of the time you have observed that, okay, that you might get some coding, okay, whenever you see any application. And whenever while automation, if you inspect any application, at that time you will able to notice there might be frame tag or there might be any iframe tag. Concept remains same. Whether it is iframe or whether it is a frame, concept is what? Whenever one HTML document is embedded into another HTML document, that is called frame. Okay. And again, while automation, frame handling plays very important role. So today's topic is based on the same. How we can automate any iframe in Selenium. Now, let me explain you. Sometimes you will able to see whenever you inspect the element, there is a frame tag or there might be any iframe tag. Both the tags having the same meaning. Okay, that element is embedded into another HTML document. Okay, so let me show you. Sometimes we can interact with one single frame, or there might be one frame inside another frame is present, and that is the concept of nested frame. So, guys, let's have a look. Suppose this is the simple okay demonstration. Have a look. One application whenever we open. So this is my current web page, correct? And inside the current web page, you might able to see this kind of view. Okay. So this is another document which is embedded into that current web page. Then we can call it as frame. And these elements developer design either by frame tag or you might able to see iframe tag. Okay. If there are multiple frame, then you will get a tag name frame set. Okay. So it depends what kind of design it is. Based on that, you need to understand is there any frame present and then you can automate that application or that web element. Point to be noticed. Okay. Whenever we are doing frame handling, generally what happen, why this topic is important to know. Sometimes whenever we interact with any web element and you have inspected properly, you have written it's located properly, and you are trying to automate the same. But the thing is, suppose element is not found. What is the reason? Element not found doesn't mean element is not present, okay, inside the DOM. Maybe it is present, but it is inside the frame. And that's the reason. It is important to know how we can automate any frame, correct? And then only you will understand how we can automate that particular web element. So let's get started with the practical how to automate any iframe in Selenium. Okay, I'm using same Eclipse editor. I have already covered okay how to create a Maven project and how to add a required dependencies into that project. And then you guys are able to start writing your automation script. Again, I'm repeating those are new for them. Just go to Eclipse under file. You will get this option new. Inside new, you will able to see Maven project just to create a Maven project. Means you need to come to the Maven project. One window will appear. There you can just check the first checkbox and you can click on next. And there you can add group ID and artifact ID. Group ID represent organization name. Artifact ID represent project name. Just prepare or give some name and then you are ready. Okay, you will just click on finish. I'm just going to cancel that window because I have already created that project. Correct? You can see this is my Maven project. Basics of automation. That's the reason I'm not creating new project. But at your side, if you want, you can create a new project. Under Maven, you will see this pom.xml file. Another important setup. You need to add here required dependency. Dependency for Selenium and at least add dependency for test engine. Correct? So current framework I'm using TestNG framework, and Selenium, that's the latest version I'm using 4.34.0. And guys, now whenever you add a dependency, you are ready to write your automation logic. Without dependencies, you will be not able to write your automation script, correct? So just complete your Maven project. And once it is done, now let's understand how we can automate. So guys, I'm creating new package. So let me just come to here and let me create a new package. I'm giving a name com dot, again web testing. There I'm writing frame. Okay. Let me write frame handling better. Okay. Frame handling. And guys, let me click on finish. Now please have a look. My package is ready. Under frame, I will be giving you two examples. Okay. Where you will understand how to automate simple frame, or we can say single frame. And the second example, which is all about the nested, where you will understand what if frame is present inside the frame. In that case, how we can automate the same. Correct? So let me create my first test case. I'm just writing single frame automation. Okay, single frame automation. It's all about simple, you can say, frame concept, right? So single frame automation. And there, I'm just giving a name, test frame. So currently my test case name, I'm writing test frame. Okay. So any frame, iFrame, that doesn't matter. Fine. But see first, how? Very first, while automation, we need to create driver session. So I'm just writing here, create driver session. And for that, we need to write WebDriver driver. It is equal to, okay, you can provide any reference name, doesn't matter. It is equal to new Chrome driver. Guys, point to be noticed, WebDriver, it is an interface in Selenium. Selenium is the most popular functional testing tool through which we can automate any web application. So any feature which is coming to web app, that we can automate. Windows feature we can't automate using Selenium. Got it? So WebDriver, it's an interface. We are creating reference of WebDriver and we are creating object of Chrome driver, which is a child class for this Selenium hierarchy. Got it? Then we need to import it from respective packages. Which package? Guys, Selenium package, because this is designed by Selenium. So as I mentioned, either you can keep your mouse pointer, you will automatically get the option to import. If it is not coming, then just do shortcut, means follow shortcut, Control Shift plus O, and automatically everything get imported. Perfect. See, these classes now got imported from the respective Selenium package. Okay. After that, I would like to start my application. Means I will write a comment, open app. Okay, which application I wanted to open, and just to open any application, what is the step, what is the command? You just need to write driver.get, and there in the get we can add URL address. So guys, let me show you now application for automation. I'm using lambda test application, a practice page where you will get lot of examples and that you can practice for Selenium. Got it? Currently this is the application URL, so I will copy as it is, and here I'm adding the same. Once the URL address is getting attached, what is the next step? I would like to perform some send keys, right? I would like to just enter some data inside this particular, okay, element. What is and where is element? Guys, this is my element. So currently you can see whatever element you wanted to automate from this app, just find the address of that element. So generally, I will click on this element and I will just do inspect. Okay, now see, whenever I will do inspect, you will be able to see here is the code which is highlighted for that specific element. And it's a div tag. You can see there is a class available, but no ID, no other detail, right? In fact, if I come up to the parent, if I come up, come up, and you can see, I can highlight that whole paragraph entry through the ID. So either you can write your complete XPath that reach to the parent, then come to the child, that is also fine. Or you can take directly this class name, which is matching with the current element. Okay. So let me just go with this class name attribute for now. Let's see how we can able to write our XPath. So I will start with the div tag, and this is the attribute class attribute, and I'm using this is the value. That's it, one of one match. So I can able to highlight that. But the point is, what do you think? This will work? Okay, let's see. If I copy and if I write, okay, just element, how I can identify the element and perform the action, driver. Again, it's a single element, so I'm using find element. find element by X path and my current X path, and I would like to perform send keys. And there I'm writing certain data. Okay, but the thing is, please have a look. Already there are some contents available. Suppose I wanted to clear the previous content. Okay, and then I can able to write my original data. I wanted to clear it and then I wanted to write, okay, hello everyone, something like this message. Okay, how I can do that? So whenever you wanted to perform two operations or multiple operations on that web element, better option, declare that web element into variable. So find element method always return you web element interface object. So I will declare it like this, web element. Currently this is my element to be interact, and web element is interface in Selenium. So just import it from Selenium 2, correct? Once it is done, I would like to perform two action. Clear the text. Whatever text is there, I would like to clear it. So just use clear method. After clearing, I would like to enter some data. Then I will go with send keys. And there I'm writing, okay, hello all or hello everyone. Whatever sentence or word you wanted to write, you can write. Simple logic, right? I would like to just perform in this manner. But guys, current element, it is inside the frame. Okay. Is that mean, okay, it is already aware that element is inside the frame? No. Generally, you will see the exception right now. If I execute it, you will get a common exception. No such element exception. But whenever you will see no such element exception, possible, okay, solutions are check that. Is it any timeout problem? Check that. It is the element inside the DOM directly or inside the frame. And please have a look. At this moment, if I save the code and if I try to run it, what is the output? So at this moment, application will launch inside the Chrome browser. Have a look. Great. And I'm trying to interact with your content. See, immediately it got failed. Once the page got load, immediately it got failed, right? And what is the reason for failure? Just have a look. Currently, what exception I'm getting? No such element exception. I told you. Why the Selenium is not able to identify element? Because current element is not directly present inside the DOM. And how you will get to know that? Guys, you need to come back to the inspection window. Check properly where the code is written by the developer. Okay, have a look. If you can see, just before this id, okay, just before this id, there is one body tag. Okay, in HTML hierarchy you will get HTML inside that head, inside that body. But you know, for complete web application you will get that structure. But what has happened here? I can see there is some body. Even I can see one more time, there is another HTML doc. Can you just have a look? Inside one document, there is a one more HTML code is written, and the full code is available. Means starting from HTML, see there is a body and HTML is enclosed with this particular again. Okay, forward slash. So the point is, this is a one HTML document. Separate document is present within a one document. So this is a special code, and somewhere if you go upside, you will able to see this is okay simple written or attached with what hash document. Means there is a one more document present inside this app. Correct? Main HTML code is written here. Okay, if I can go up, see this is the main HTML document. But inside the body, we are having one more HTML document. And normally, whenever one HTML document is embedded into another HTML document, that is simply developer attached with the frame, right? So here you can see I'm having now iFrame. Where the document it is attached into DOM, see it is inside the iFrame tag. Got it? So somewhere if you're not able to interact, okay, you have tried with timeout and everything, still it is not working, check whether element is inside the frame. There, one more solution. How you will get to know that whether there is a frame present or not? Whatever frame, normally for frame you will get two tags, either frame tag or either iframe tag. Just to confirm here, if I write okay iframe, currently it says okay total one of 22 iframes are present. Okay, and if I go with frame, then total okay there are zero, no frame tag is present, but there is a iframe present. But now it is time to understand how we can interact with frame. What is the solution in Selenium? Guys, Selenium provides you switch to method. Using switch to, you can switch to the frame. But while switch to the frame, there are three important methods you need to understand. Means method is one, but arguments are different. We can identify the frame by providing its index value. We can identify the frame by providing its what? Let's say name. If there is a ID available for the frame, if there is a name available for the frame, we can provide the same. And third option is we can automate the frame or identify the frame by providing some frame web element. So let me show you what is this. Current element, now we got the point, it is inside the frame. And because of that reason, I am not able to, okay, we are not able to interact with this particular, okay, element. And currently say this is the code, right? iFrame, where the ID is what? iFrame 1. Okay, so let me just search with, first of all, iFrame. Have a look. iFrame. As you can see, total 22 match. And which one is the first? Just have a look. This is the first one. So as per the indexing, whenever we write a logic, we can use indexing 0, correct? There is either you will get some name attribute, ID attribute. Based on that also you can automate the frame. So let me show you now how we can easily interact with this element, which is inside the frame. Got it? So there are three ways. So before that element to be found, where is the element? Element is inside the frame. Okay, so I will just write here. Next line. Okay. Element is, let me write, element is inside frame. So inside frame. And that's the reason how exactly we can automate. Let me write properly. Done. And how we can able to automate the same? So guys, there are three ways. We can identify the frame by its index, okay, by its ID or any kind of name attribute. And there is a one more option available, web element. Okay, just get the web element and do identify it. So here you can see the point. Driver dot, we have a method switch to. Switch to method always switch to the target. Now our target can be anything. It can be alert, it can be frame, it can be window, right? So I will go with the frame. Switch to dot, you can see frame. And just observe this method. Frame where we can pass index, frame we can pass some name and some ID, or we can pass some web element, right? And there is a one more method present, that is a parent frame. I will talk about parent frame whenever we are interacting nested frame. Got it? But this time you need to understand the concept regarding these three methods, right? What is frame and passing indexing means what? So let me show you. I can just pass here indexing. Now current frame address, if you can see, current iframe is present at 0th position. So very first I need to ask Selenium, please switch to the frame number 0 and then come to that element and do the action. Now what I'm expecting, whenever I write this logic, I'm switching to the frame by passing indexing. So this is what? Frame with indexing, right? Frame with indexing. If you identify the exact position of that frame, just pass frame index. Currently, you can see in the DOM, my frame is present, first the frame itself, this one, through which I wanted to perform or with which I wanted to perform some operation. So I'm using here current index, which is 0. I'm asking Selenium just to interact and just complete the step. Let's see how this code is working. Let's quickly run this example. See, one more time, application will launch within a Chrome browser and we are expecting the content should be immediately clear and we should able to see the result. Have a look. Once the page get loaded properly, content got clear and I am able to see here message, hello all. Got the point? So first method which I have explained to you, frame with indexing. Now let me talk about second example or second method. Again, we can switch to the frame using second technique, driver dot, switch to. Okay, switch to dot. I can go with the frame. I can again write frame, but inside the frame, I'm using second option, name or ID. Okay, name or ID means if you notice there is a frame and there is a name or ID attribute, or maybe both attributes are present, any one value you can select and you can interact with the frame. Have a look. So this time, I will go with the ID because you can see there is a straightforward ID is present. Copy this ID and then I'm writing here. Whatever value it is, just pass it. iFrame 1. I'm asking Selenium, please switch to frame whose ID is what? iFrame 1. And this will work. Absolutely. Let me show you. If I can run it again, you will see the result. So have a look. One more time, browser will open with the application. Content, once the page will load properly, content has to be clear and we should able to see that same message. And perfect. We are getting the same result. Got it? We are able to see again hello all message means I'm able to easily interact with the frame. Correct? Now, third example. Third example, that is nothing but the third technique. So let me list out here technique, right? This is the example I have covered with what? Frame. Yeah, frame with, we can say ID or name. Okay, any one attribute is fine. So guys, try to understand the concept. If I can show you one by one, this is how. Okay, this is how we are understanding how we can automate any frame. So far I have explained you two things. Okay, so far I have explained you two things. How you guys are able to automate this complete frame. Okay, so let me just Control Shift F. Let me make it in line and have a look. Right? What is the third way? Now I can show you how you can automate frame with any web element. So what is web element? Everybody knows web element is interface in Selenium. So it says that you can identify the frame, store it as a web element, and then that element you can pass within a frame method. Okay. Currently, you can see I'm having ID. How to identify any web element? So we have a very straightforward method. Driver, find element by dot ID. And I can write this ID here. Got it? I can declare this element as a frame element. So let me write. This is my frame element. Very simple. And then I can use this method driver dot switch to dot frame, and there I can pass not this time indexing. I will be writing here frame element. Great. So this time I'm asking Selenium just to identify the frame element and then switch to that frame element and then perform the action. Correct? So this is the script. Now let me save it. And again, let me execute the same. If I can right click, you will get this option, run as a testng test, and you are able to execute your current scenario. One more time, application will launch. Then once the page will load it properly, you will see the result. And this is how what we have understood, how to automate any simple frame. If there is a single frame present, this is how you can interact with the single frame. Now it is time to understand what does mean by nested frame and how we can automate the same. So guys, nested means one frame available inside the another frame. Okay, so let me show you the example. See, if I again open the same Lambda test application, then you can see currently, if you can see the partition. So there are four partitions you are able to observe, right? Let me inspect it. And there is no element, nothing, okay? So that's fine. Okay, one more thing. Sometimes how to get to know that, okay, whether element is present inside the frame or not. Whenever you do right click, you might able to see these options: view, frame source, even reload frame. Whenever you right click and you found these options, that means whatever you are trying to automate, no, it is inside the frame. So this is another trick to follow. Okay, let me show you. I'll inspect the element first, and this is the dome area. But I wanted to check, okay, how many frames are there. Okay, so let me check first iFrame. So I told you there are two tags, either frame or either iFrame. When I write frame tag, now this is example design with the frame. Technically, iFrame means inline frame and frame is normal frame. Okay. So for frame, when I write frame, I can see total 5 match. Okay, what are these? Please have a look. Currently, you can see when I keep my mouse pointer, the one partition is highlighted, top one, and this is the top frame. And this is the first frame as per the number. You can see indexing, first frame. Okay. Then I'll do what? I'll just enter. See the second frame. What is the second frame highlighting? It says this is the second frame which is highlighting, which is the frame bottom. Okay. And then if I enter again, so let me enter here. Okay. Third one, which is left a frame. Okay, fourth one, which is middle, and this is the fifth one. So total 5 frames are present on this particular page. Now, if you wanted to come to the top, we don't need to write any different logic. It's very straightforward. Open the app and come to the top and just automate. But see, there is no web element. Then what I can do, let's do one thing. Go to that frame and just capture the page source, right? How to capture page source for any web page? You have a command driver dot get page source. So let me show you that command and let's automate all these frames, whatever present inside this application. So this is the app I will be using again for nested frame. And let me create a new test case. Have a look. So I'm just going to create a new test case. I'm writing nested frame automation. Okay. So let me write nested frame automation. Nested is very clear. Okay. Like very simple. One frame inside another frame. That's called nested, right? Now see, test nested. Great. And now here, test nested frame better. Okay. And what is the first statement? We need to create driver session. Okay. So I'm writing WebDriver driver. It is equal to new. And there I'm writing Chrome driver. Okay. Just create your driver session. And let's import it using shortcut Control Shift plus O. Then I will just write driver.get. Yeah. And this is the URL address which I will pass. Great. Once it is pass, okay, so absolutely application will launch. Now, what we have observed, everyone, let me now design the scenario. See, if I can show you this part, how the frames are internally designed, okay. So if you can observe, initially we are having, this is my web page, okay. I'm taking another color. So inside this, let me clear this. Inside this, I will take this color. We are having, first of all, top frame. So we are having this top frame, right? Let me just remove this. Okay, it's not coming in color. Okay, fine. This is the top frame. Fine. And then what I want, I mean, they have designed one more frame. So like top frame, if I can just copy this, okay, the current frame, if I can select, let me just select this current frame. And if I can copy this, or if I can design separately better without wasting time. So have a look. So here I'm having bottom frame. Got it? And in fact, in that bottom frame, we are having 3 fibs. So let me do copy and I will create 2 more and have a look. This is what the actual design we are having for the web page. So total there are 5 frames are present. This is the frame 1, right? Which is top frame. This is frame number 2, right? Which is bottom frame. Okay, this is the design you need to understand. And then frame number 3, frame number 4, and frame number 5. Got it? How we can start automation? Currently, this is my browser window, right? So whenever we start the session, we got the control of this browser window. Okay, within that, we are having this application. So absolutely, this is my application, or we can call it in technical word document. Inside the document, I would like to directly come to the frame. So just get the address of top frame and then you can directly interact with this top frame. No problem at all. But whenever we are having a control of one frame, suppose we are here, okay, on top frame, and now I wanted to come to the bottom frame. If you are thinking that from here we can immediately reach to the bottom frame, then this is not possible in automation, everyone. You can't directly switch from one frame to other frame. Very first, you need to come to the main page, parent page, or that window where the frames are present. So currently, this is my main window where the frames are present. So what is the flow? I'm here and I wanted to come to this bottom frame. Then very first, how the travel sync is possible? Not like this. First from here, come to the main frame, or we can say main page. Then whenever you reach to the main window, now you can come to the bottom and then you can interact. Even I wanted to come to this left frame first. Then from bottom, I have to reach to left. Got it? If I'm available here at this moment, again, I can't travel like this. No, that's not possible. You need to again come back to the main, right? Or you can say come back to the parent. Easy. Parent is home, bottom. And then from bottom, again, you can continue with the second middle frame. Again, same. You can't continue middle to right. Okay. This is not possible. Come back either to main page and from main page reach to the bottom to this third frame. That is possible. This is how you need to automate and travels within a frame. So guys, let me show you this example. Very first, I wanted to travel to top frame. Correct? Top frame is the first frame. Index wise also it is the first one. So can I write directly driver? Better switch to. Okay, switch to. So I'm writing here driver dot switch to dot frame, and I'm taking first index value, that is 0. So definitely we will switch to the top frame. And at this moment, I'm writing a very simple command. Just get the page source. Driver dot get page source. So this should capture the page source of current window, current frame, and you should be able to see it inside the output. So let's try this. If I run, if I save it, and if I execute, see the output. Again, application will launch inside the browser. So currently you can see everything got successfully executed. I'm not getting any failure. Okay, so let's see that output. So when you come to the console, right, just click on the console and there you can see, perfect. We got the complete page source for top frame, and that is what you can see it here, right? But as I told you, now suppose I wanted to reach to the bottom, okay? And we know that bottom frame index value is 1, means second index, second position means as per the 0, 1, it is 1. If I directly write logic, okay, driver, now from top frame, please switch to where? Switch to frame whose index value is 1. Okay, means position wise it is a second frame. Guys, you will not able to see this output. Have a look. Again, I wanted to capture page source, suppose. I'm writing, okay, driver dot get page source. Guys, it's not possible to capture directly. You can't switch from one frame to other frame directly, correct? But let me show you this part. When you run, this will definitely fail. But see what failure you are getting. Perfect. We got the failure, expected is the same. Now let's see what failure we simple got. It says, first a frame, I'm getting this page source, but for second, no such a frame exception. So Selenium is not able to identify now directly this frame. Okay, whatever frame you are asking to switch. Because why this has happened? Because our current control is available here, right? We are here. And from here, you can't directly switch to bottom. That is what I have explained previously, correct? I need to come to where? To my main page, where all frames are present. So there comes another method in between. Whenever you wanted to come to the main page or any parent frame, right? Parent frame, then we can use direct method driver dot switch to. And there is a one more method available, default content. Okay, whenever you write this method, it select either first frame on the page or main document when the page which contains some frame, right? So I will use this method. What is the meaning of this? It will come to the main page, okay? And then we are able to switch to the next frame, whatever next frame it is. Have a look. Save the code and now let me run it. So very first I should able to see the top frame result. Along with that, I should able to see the bottom frame result. And perfect. This time, no failure. Have a look. So what output I'm getting? Yes, perfect. We are getting top frame, bottom frame, everything in our console. And in bottom frame, what we have, so we have 3 frames again inside that. Correct? So you can see, whenever I come to the bottom, now what I wanted to automate just from the bottom frame, okay? Now you can switch to whom? You can switch to left side. Maybe the next scenario I will show you from bottom how to switch to middle, right? Because this is important to understand how we can switch in between the frame. So where is my current control? I'm inside the bottom frame. And as per the UI or as per this page design, under bottom, 3 frames are present. Now, if you wanted to switch to left side frame, what you need to do? First of all, inspect it. I will inspect only left side frame. Where this frame is present, check the code. If I come up, so this is the left side frame. See, name is given. Okay, ID name you can check. So current name is given frame left. Okay, fine. Then I will select this and I will just write here. Okay, driver dot switch to dot again frame, but this time I'm using method either pass ID or name. I'm passing name and that's it. So what I'm trying to do, current statement, I'm trying to switch to bottom frame first. From the bottom frame, we are trying to switch to what? That frame left first. And again, I would like to capture just page source. Clear? Either you can write this statement in one line, no problem. Or either you can write in different way. That's okay. Please have a look. At this moment, if I can run, is it this code is working? Have a look. So one more time, application will launch and perfect. We got the result. So now you can see how it is interacted. Yes, we got frame left, okay, this particular HTML code also or page source also inside our code. But again, now you tell me how I can switch from left side frame to the middle side frame. Is it possible directly? As I mentioned this rule, correct? You can't travel from one frame to another frame directly. You need to come to the main frame first, right? Then only it is possible. So currently, left, middle, and the right. These frames available inside the parent. Who is the parent? Bottom frame. Correct? So can I go with the parent frame directly? Currently, we are having three frames. And for three frames, we are having a one parent that is a bottom. Either you can write parent frame method or better you can write what default content, which will directly come outside the main frame. Let me show you this part. If I write here, okay, driver dot, okay, at this moment, again I'm writing first of all switch to and switch to. What is happening? Please have a look. Default content. Okay, if you write in this manner, switch to default content. Where it will come? It will control will come on the main page. And then from the main page, I can reach to bottom first, then I can reach to middle. How? So guys, let's identify middle frame, okay, name. So current name is, okay, here you can see for right, I'm getting this one. Okay, middle, I'm getting this one. Let me come up. Yes, frame middle is the name. Great. Then I will come back and I will just write, okay, driver, switch to. First come to the bottom frame. So I'm writing indexing, frame indexing 1, which is represented bottom frame. From that, you can again directly switch to the middle frame. I'm talking about how to write in a one line. Same logic, same concept. Okay. So again, I can write switch to what frame? Whose name is middle frame. Perfect. This is how you can write. And then again, when you reach to middle frame, do one thing. There you can capture driver dot get page source. Yeah, this is possible. Save the logic and just try to run it and have a look how the code is executing. Okay, so this time we are not able to see the browser. Okay, where it is? It is running in background. Yes, somewhere here. Got it? It got executed actually, and everything got successfully completed. You can see middle frame, left side frame, everything we have automated. So guys, what is this concept? How we can interact from one frame to other frame. Just either you can write in one line this logic or you can write a logic like this separately. Come to bottom, then come to middle or left, right, anything, and then you can automate. So do remember frame handling in Selenium. It's quite easy. To handle the frame, we are having ready-made method. Method is very straightforward. Driver dot switch to dot frame. But inside the frame, you can pass indexing, name or ID, or you can pass web element. And this is how you can automate any iframe or any frame. I hope you understood the topic how to automate any single frame or any kind of nested frame within a frame. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching.